Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at gigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan.
Welcome to The Rundown, where we take you right into the action with the latest sports news, updates, game previews, breakdown, and analysis in, around, across, and beyond the Ateneo. And now, let's get ready to run down!
All right, what is up, Blue Eagle Nation? Thank you again for tuning in to Radyo Katipunan Sports, only here on the Voice of the Blue Eagle. As always, you're hanging out with me, Anthony, and today we welcome back our victorious Atenean rowers who put on a show at the Asian Qualifiers for the 2021 World Rowing Virtual Indoor Championship. So I just want to give a quick rundown of our guests for today. First up, we have Joachim de Jesus over here. Hi, Joachim. We have Alyssa Go over here. Yeah, and it's EJ Obaña.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, it's Mireille Qua. Ayan. So of course, it's again, like we were talking kanina off air, it's been quite some time since I had the Ateneo Rowing Team, back with us over at Radyo Katipunan. Back when you were still, nung pwede pa puntang Hong Kong, pwede pa puntang Malaysia. But things have changed and faces have changed. So again, shout out to the previous captains who I've had on the show before. Sila Alyssa Go, Justin Umali, Pao Reganit, those guys. Rafa Tiongson also. So again, welcome to our broadcast for this afternoon. So let's just go over your performance during the competition. Let's talk about some highlights of it. I'll start with Alyssa over here. Alyssa, you guys had, of course, podium finishes in your events. Pero has it sunk in for you na parang okay, new year? This is what we've accomplished so far. How are you celebrating it?
Actually, for me, we didn't really expect anything from this competition. We really wanted to join this for the experience and to really gain more confidence also in ourselves as rowers, and to also experience more things as well. So it's definitely a new experience for each and one of us because it's our first time joining an indoor rowing competition. So it's one of the firsts for Ateneo.
And we're really super proud of you guys for again, you mentioned the first, pero you made it a real memorable one. Pero Alyssa, we all like to set New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, diba? Pero you yourself, your goals ka rin, diba? You and sila Wileen, yourself, and Kyra Sandejas, you guys placed first, second, and third respectively in your event, the under 23 lightweight women's 500 meters. What was your reaction to having all three of your teammates occupy the podium? Sige nga.
Actually, we were so happy. Like we didn't expect to actually place in the three different places in the in the Asian qualifiers rather. So it was really just a shock to us, and like probably a while to sink in for me because yeah, it's really something that's really special to each and one of us, and it is really a really happy experience for everyone as well. Yeah.
Right. And of course, we also have to mention your teammate, no, Shaina To, for placing third in
Yeah.
the under 23 women's 500-meter race. So, um, Alyssa, how is this different? Shaina competed in the under 23 women's 500, but yours is the lightweight women's 500.
Yes.
How would you differentiate that?
I think so. The Open 500 would be for the people who are in a much heavier weight category. So it's something really challenging also because in indoor rowing, what's really different from the water rowing itself is that as like my previous captain said, and also as Kim would mention, like weight really does play an important role.
Yeah.
So the more weight you have, the more power you also have into putting into the machine itself. So for our categories, it's really different from one another because Sheena is with a much heavier weight class, and I'm with like also my fellow lightweight people as well. Yes.
Right. Oh. You look kind of light naman eh, diba? So, so pwede naman yun. Pero, okay. Mirel, I just want to ask, are these girls I've mentioned though, Wileen, Alyssa, Shaina, are you all from Ika?
Oh no, me, Ali, and Wileen are from Ika.
Okay.
Shaina's from Grace, and I think Kara's from... I'm not very sure.
Okay. But as a former Xaverian, I am happy to know again that Icans are being represented in Ateneo Rowing. Mirel, what is it? I in the times I've talked to Icans on Ateneo Rowing, from Julia Go to Alyssa to yourself, and even to Chloe Daos of Ateneo Swimming, what is it about Icans and the water that makes them so good in water sports? Can you explain, Mirel?
I'd like to think because Ika really pushes you to do your best. So I think if you put any Ika in any sport, they'll always do their best no matter how hard it is.
Okay. Wow. Yun yung, that's the, ang ganda naman ng PR answer ni Mirel. Pero, Mirel, I also want to congratulate you pala. Fine performance, no? 4th under 23 women's 2,000 meters.
Yes.
That's a pretty long event to do.
Yeah. It's really tiring.
I would imagine, no? Pero, Mirel, again, diba, as with all other sports on campus, sports that our Atenean athletes participate in, syempre, 2020, wala. I mean, everything was put on hold until now, 2021. Pero, Mirel, with rowing kasi, you can still somehow compete. Though it's not the same, ha? It's not the on the water rowing, pero isn't that something that you're also parang grateful for na rin na kahit papaano we can still row in a sense, no?
Yes. It's actually, we didn't expect it. Like, we thought we wouldn't have any compets for the whole year, and then suddenly our coach tells us, "Oh, we can have indoor rowing competitions because they can hook up your monitor to your laptop, and then you can compete virtually." So we got really excited about it.
Okay. So, Mirel, all of you used your own rowing machines at home.
Some of us have our own, but then most of us had to rent from the national team or PRA.
Okay. So
Yeah, and then we'd pick it up from La Mesa and then bring it home.
wow, so they shipped over actual rowing machines, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. That's a I didn't know that they could facilitate that. But good for you guys. So I was looking through the photos, no, that were some of the photos that were featured sa article. So Wileen, I think, had her family behind her in her photo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So, sige nga, Mariel, what was it like having literally, your families watching you compete from your living room or wherever you position that rowing machine at home. They're just there. Unlike in, 'di ba, when you're out in the water, they're over there on shore. But here, oh, hey, she's here rowing 2,000 meters right in front of us.
It's really different because even when we have competitions in the water, our parents are usually aren't there. So for my family, and I think why as well, I think it's the first time they've seen us compete in rowing, and this is the first time they've seen us like die. Like how we show them how hard it is to row.
Especially in your event, 2,000, 2 kilometers, 2 kilometers to be exact. Pero Mirel, no, just again we mentioned the Ika connection over here, but just how proud of you girls pala. How proud of you of Wileen for taking home first place in the 500-meter category that qualified her for the 2021 World Rowing Indoor Championships itself. Like, sige nga, how do you feel about her accomplishment?
Oh yeah, we're really proud of Y because this is the first. I mean, oh okay, sorry. Y entered the team when I was already 2 years in the team, and I remember telling her why I joined the team. It's gonna be fun. And then when she joined, I was really excited, and seeing her now how far she's gone it's really nice to see. She worked really hard, and it's really nice then to see that it's another fellow econ who got such a great achievement.
Yeah. Parang for sure that's something for all of you guys to be, really really excited about, no. Alyssa, were you also keeping tabs on, of course, we have to mention her success, Melka Jen Caballero, who had a really really fine performance here, no. She placed first in the 500 meter event, and she had the fastest time of, I think, 1 minute 40.6 seconds. Alyssa, just how fast is 9 seconds faster? Like, take me through the competition itself, no. When you mean 9 seconds faster, is it really that noticeable?
Yes, it's very noticeable. In fact, it's very, how do you explain this? Because in the competition itself, we had like boats there were boats in front of the screen, so you could see who went in first and second and third, and then so 9 seconds would be a really long time for me in my perspective, because you're still rowing and then like she's 9 seconds ahead of you, so that's like a really big thing since her split. Oh no, I don't want to go technical here, but
It's okay lang. It's okay.
Because what matters also is how much power you put into the erg itself, and sometimes putting the same power throughout and going lower, going lower in terms of having a stronger power is really hard to do, because you have to sustain it for the whole 500 meters, and 500 meters is not a joke.
Yeah.
It may seem short, but it's like a really big thing, since it's like a really short death but an extreme death. So I don't really know how to explain it well, but I guess like that's the best way I can explain it.
Okay. Alyssa, then please explain this. The reason why I keyed in on time, ha. Upon checking the times, Wileen finished 1:49.5. You finished 1:49.6. Sayang, did you ever talk about that? Na you were just point 1, yeah. Point 0.01 seconds from her time to your time. Like, did you ever talk about that after?
Not really, because I think for us, like, we really like celebrated the event that happened. So we really celebrated the winning spot of Wileen, and I really congratulated her, because remember, I was really proud, because it's like seeing your little sister win like a medal. Yeah.
Wow.
So I was really proud of her, and it was such a good experience.
So no hard feelings naman about being 0.1 seconds away from her time.
No hard feelings naman.
Okay, okay. Sige. So I'll switch over to the boys naman over here. I think we'll wait for EJ to come back up on. Yan na si EJ. EJ, no? Again, like what Alyssa and Mireille mentioned kanina, no? This indoor championships, it's not like your typical rowing competition. It's not your typical rowing experience. Pero I imagine, no, is this a bigger event than the usual Hong Kong races, the usual Malaysia races? Kasi this is a world championship na eh, diba? It's the qualifiers for that. Sige lang, any of the guys can answer this. Sige, si Joachim na lang.
So yes, this is a yeah, it may be an indoor rowing competition, but the fact that it's been organized by the World Rowing Organization
Yeah.
makes it technically the biggest event that we've ever entered. So yeah, so basically in comparison for the HK ones, so that was hosted by the Hong Kong Rowing Association, and basically this competition was hosted by them, but it's a qualifier that's to lead into the final World Rowing Indoor Championships. So yeah, every other continent has some other national association, and for the Asian continent, it just happened to be the Hong Kong Rowing Association as well. But yun, basically like how I explained to our rookies, a world rowing organized event, any world rowing organized event is essentially basically like the Olympics. That's where the world superstars, like the best known rowers, will go to compete. And honestly, some of them argue that, well, on the water, so the water competition is called the World Rowing Championships.
Yes.
And yeah, so basically entering that is, they did argue it's even grander than the Olympics.
Wow.
So yun. Well, of course, we never got to that level, right? Pero the fact that we're joining something that's created by them in an indoor rowing capacity is still huge. So parang I joke around and motivate them saying na we're joining the Olympics for the under 23 guys. So yeah.
That's huge, huh? That's huge. To imagine that, diba, we're still in the midst of the COVID pandemic, pero you guys are doing something pretty special, diba, with Ateneo Rowing. So that's something to congratulate you guys for. Pero EJ, I just want to ask you, when did you guys start parang giving this thought na, okay, we have to sign up, register for this, we have to start, parang preparing na for this indoor championships?
Okay, so just like what Mir mentioned earlier, we actually didn't start training for this competition particularly like early on. So like for the whole quarantine, our training program was mainly focused on just conditioning our bodies, working on our cardio, and then also with lifting some weights that we have at home. But for this competition particularly, we were actually informed lang like late December, early January, so like over the holiday break. So it was actually it's a short time frame to work on, especially the competition happened like late January. So we started training early January with the help of our coach, si Coach Nick. He gave us a program, and then we worked on it for like the next 3 weeks.
Okay. Pero EJ, obviously preparation for this is very different, diba? When you're training in La Mesa, you're out there on the water, diba? You have to adjust to the physics of the water. Pero how do you prepare for a race that's stationary? You're still in one place, diba? Even if the tracker says, oh, you've reached the next 10 meters, 20 meters. Pero diba? It's a different feeling altogether. How do you prepare for that?
Definitely. The main difference of rowing on a machine and on the water is you could say rowing is a rowing sport, but then the other half of the time kasi is we row on a machine. So rowing on a machine naman would like pertain to like a different workout kasi rowing on a machine is mostly working na lang on the strength, on power, and on endurance. Because unlike water rowing, you have to factor in a lot of things. Let's say you have to balance your boat.
Yeah.
You have to dip your oars properly on the water, stuff like that. So rowing on the machine is, you disregard all of the water aspect. So you just focus talaga on power and how you can translate your power into the machines to get a better time, to get the strongest split.
What's more physically grueling? On a machine or on the water? Physically lang ah.
Physically, it has its pros and cons talaga eh. Kasi if you talk about the machine, it's really brute strength.
Okay.
Kasi you're not in the water, so you have to give it your all with your strength and your cardio, your endurance. But then when you're on the water naman na, parang you can't pull as much as you can pull in the machine. But then now you have to balance, you have to do all of the things that I mentioned before. So it has its pros and cons talaga.
Okay. Pero I wanna key in on this, no? Joachim, so you finished with a time of 1:29 and 0.7 in your event, no, yung under 23 lightweight men's 500.
Yes.
You had a fine performance there. Daniel, your teammate, he finished with almost a similar time, no, 1:41.5. But you both finished fourth. Those are solid times, huh? Pero neither of you qualified. Sayang naman. Why so?
Firstly, again, this really brings back memories of how we felt with the if you remember Pao Reganit's your interview with him about the HK rowing competition.
Yeah.
We're going against essentially the youth of the youth picked for the national team pool, and so basically these guys are the best of the best, and honestly, it's our first time to try, and I'm not personally I don't personally know the people in Daniel or Dan's roster. I mean his competitors. Pero for me personally, I knew that they're promoting this one guy who got second place, and he has like a world record for 21 kilometers. He's the fastest in the world. So parang we go against these guys, and you can only really prepare so much. But at the same time, we honestly really took it as a challenge. And going back and reflecting to the HK rowing competition from before, that honestly helped us because Dan was also in that competition, and I'd like to say like we did our best. We held our ground. We got rid of the fear of going against giants like these, and ayun, parang how we joke around about it, or not even joke, just talk about it after the race, because we got funnily enough, we got the same place, like fourth place, and we'd say, "Oh, Dan, it doesn't matter, fourth place. You just put the words in Asia next to it, so we're fourth place in Asia."
Right.
Yeah.
Diba, hold your head up high, because diba, for you to finish fourth and you're going up against seasoned.
Yeah.
Can I say pro? Almost parang pro na rin, diba?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, props to you guys for finishing, that high. Diba?
Thank you.
Yeah. EJ, how much do you miss I know training was different, no? How much do you miss just kasi these are individual events, diba? When you say indoor rowing, it's individual. You're missing the team aspect of rowing when you go eights, diba? Yung ganon. How much do you just wanna parang sana ganun na lang yung race ulit, diba?
Yeah, super. We miss the team talaga. Kasi especially talking about how we train on the machine before. So yun pa lang kasi it's all individual pa rin, but then you have your team behind you. So the support in that aspect is really, it boosts your performance. So now you work out at home alone. Well, of course, your family is right here, but it's a different experience talaga. But if you talk about like the boats naman na, let's say yun nga, eights, I really miss it kasi it's a unique experience talaga, seeing like multiple people in front of you and also at your back, moving synchronously. Tapos it's a unique experience na I really want to go back to, like hopefully soon.
Hopefully talaga, no?
Yeah.
EJ, good thing that you mentioned about when you're out there on the water with competition, you see these boats zooming past, diba? Ganun talaga eh. Pero over here, where do you get yung, diba, there's a thrill, there's a certain thrill of competition when you know, oh, humahabol sila, oh, they're getting past us, so we have to push forward. Pero where do you feel the thrill here when you're on a machine, ha? And I know you're seeing the meters go up, ganon. Pero where does the pressure come from na, uy, baka mahabol na ako, uy, di ba, I have to row faster. Parang, kasi ba, you see the other times on the screen, ganon?
So the technology pala talaga for the machine is actually it's advanced. So, di ba, your monitor is in front of you. Tapos like the bottom half of the monitor shows the competitors kasi. So, yun nga, kunwari, you'd see your name, let's say EJ Obaña, and then you're going to see the person in front of you and the meters that he's in front of you and also the person behind you. So more or less you get that sense of competition na, oh, I'm trying to catch up to this guy by, let's say, 5 meters. And this guy is catching up to me and I'm only in front by 1 meter. So I think yun yung another aspect of competition na happens virtually, you could say.
Okay. Pero EJ, how about this? Kasi when you're in the water, you can see what's ahead of you. You know that, okay, we're now next 10 meters, next 20 meters, 30 meters, so on and so forth. But here, even if you're rowing that long, you're not really going anywhere. You know what I mean? So, parang like how do you psych yourself up na, hey, next round's coming. Parang time to push through ahead. But okay, I'm still here. But I'm trying to get somewhere, diba?
I think this goes along with how we train din talaga. So like part of our training is actually coming up with a race plan. Diba? So with that race plan, it's something that we think about as we race. So let's say my event kasi is 2,000 meters. So how the race plan would go about usually is you plan it for 500 meters. So like let's say for the first 500 meters, you need to get this split this time and so on. So parang as the race goes on, you have this mentality, you have this thinking that you should be going stronger or you should be relaxing more, depending on how you plan your race.
Right. And Joachim, no, your coach Nicanor Hasmin, I mean, he was really proud of you guys, no, for breaking your even your best times in this competition, no?
Yes.
Sige nga, just how special it is to know that, okay, I mean, it's not the usual rowing experience, but you know, it's your first time doing this, and yet you were still able to, you and your teammates, diba, you're still able to beat personal bests. Sige nga, how special is that for everyone on the team?
Well, speaking for myself first, as a captain, I really did my best to motivate them. Like for this roster, for this event, we had a couple of rookies joining in, and with what some of the other captains have said, our timeline to prepare was pretty short. I'd say we'd have like less than a month, honestly, the shortest we've ever done. So with that, I knew a factor that would come into play with their performance would be their mental aspect. So I really, decided to go into another gear in terms of motivation. Really tell them about the things we could do, how to make. Joining this is literally, making history, and what was crazy was I was already so proud of them even before the competition even started. So again, like we'd have I think we had about 3 time trials. So we had our own private races, and we wanted to see our own scores. And if I'm not mistaken, every single one, if 9 out of 10, or like maybe I think even every single time, a record was always broken. And
Wow.
from there palang, you know, everyone, I could sense everyone had that sense of drive, and I really knew this was going to be great. And I was excited to see the results. And so yun, when race day happened, and we saw we actually had a, I think none of us mentioned it yet, but as a support factor for the rest of the team that didn't join, our managers helped us create like a watch party on Zoom.
Oh, nice.
And so, like, for example, if my race was over, I'd enter that and then watch everyone else's race on the live stream. And we recorded that, and then yun, so parang if it was your race, you could see how everyone else was reacting, and everyone was
Mm.
going crazy in that. Pero yun, like every single race I watched, or watched the recording of, it was really great. I never saw them perform that way in training, and I guess it's, the race adrenaline. And so yun, again, I think speaking for everyone now, everyone's just really proud, really new milestone that we created. And it's just like a aside from a milestone, parang how everyone, their mood right now is, nowhere to go but up from here. So yeah, really proud of everyone. And ayun, I'm just excited to see what the rest of the team can do. Because honestly, I think we were only a roster of 10 here. That's like a third. That's a third of our entire roster talaga.
Uh-huh.
So parang yun. I'm excited to see the other rookies in action, or even our veterans that weren't able to make it. So yun. That's all I can say.
Wow, no, but that's really heartening to hear, Joaquim. No, the show of support, watching each other's, you know,
Yeah.
Zoom races, having your manager set that up, beating times. That's that, I mean, as a captain, diba? Parang it really means a whole lot
Yeah.
to see that,
Definitely.
diba?
Definitely.
Mirel, where does Ateneo Rowing go on from here? Any upcoming competitions for you? Any other tournaments that parang the Ateneo community might want to follow?
Right now, our coaches told us that there might be a competition created by PRA, but
Okay.
then we're still not sure about that. And then we have other competitions in the future which we aren't very sure of yet, like our VBR and another Asian rowing.
Mm.
So we're not sure. We're still not sure if we'll be able to join because of all the restrictions. But then we'll update our page if we join.
Okay, okay. Pero I mean, with your performance here, 'di ba, you have so much to bank on, 'di ba? Going into your future competitions. I mean, this really means a whole lot to you guys. Um, I think your coach also mentioned, no, in some of the articles I've read, that you still have a chance to qualify for the World Championships. There's a wild card race. Alyssa, are you familiar with that? How that works?
Yes, it's called the Open Qualifications.
Okay.
So for my circumstance with the other people who didn't place first in the Asian qualifiers, we have a chance to recycle our scores from that qualifiers itself, and
Wow. Oh.
it's either the top 5 or the top 10 depending on the category. So for the lightweights, it's usually the top 5, and then for the opens, that's usually the top 10. So depending on that category, the top 5 or the top 10 could be the wild card for the W Rich competition. Yeah. So we're still waiting for the results from the World Rowing Association, of course. So yeah, they're gonna email us soon whether or not we made it. Yes.
Okay. So this time naman, Alyssa, hindi na kayo magkadikit ni Wileen sa time, no? Yung 0.1 difference ninyo.
Yes.
Okay. Sige, sige. So, yun pala, you still have parang another go at this. Okay. That's really exciting to hear, no? But again, before we conclude, no, we just want to give our message of support to Wileen, kasi the World Championships will be malapit na. It's going to be on February 27. No, EJ, do you know where the Ateneo, Ateneans can follow that?
Well, of course, for any announcements, you can always refer to our Facebook page and also our other social media accounts. So most likely, we're going to share in those pages the links for where we can all watch and support our teammates.
All right. Sige, thank you, EJ. And before we end, Joaquim, just a message and to the Ateneo community on behalf of the rowing team. Everyone pala who supported you, friends, family, teammates. Sige lang. Go ahead, Joaquim.
Okay, so to the Atenean community, thank you for your ongoing support. Thank you to the college athletics office for supporting us and spreading the word about our competitions. We won't be here without you. To the rowing community naman, we wouldn't also be here without the contract we made with you to rent your indoor rowing machine. So thank you po talaga. Shout out Coach Nick. And to our family and friends, obviously your support really means a whole lot to us. And thank you for bearing with our trainings daily in the morning and the evening. I know it can be much, but thank you for believing in us. And to the rest of the team, see you in training.
All right. Great, well said, Joaquim. Sige la, how about naman? Greetings and shout outs to anyone who might be tuning into us over here. Sige, Mireille, EJ, and then Alyssa. Before we conclude, you can greet them on air. Go ahead.
Shout out to our teammates who are watching.
All right.
Me, yung mom ko and yung dad ko, I'm sure they're going to watch this later.
All right. Sige. Sige, Alyssa, go ahead.
For me naman, I think shout out to everyone else. So to the public who's watching. So thank you for showing your support. And yeah, stay tuned for more updates, I guess, to the rowing team. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alyssa. Oh, may pahabol pala tayo. One of our live stream commenters. Hi, Mireille Qua, says Ariza Francisco. And okay. And she tagged over here si Maizy Francis, Sisip Qua, and James Qua. So there, Mireille has some greeters for her.
Hello. Hi, Lisa.
Okay. So again, I think that's all the time we have with our Ateneo Rowing Team. Once again, big time congratulations to Wileen and to, of course, the captains and co-captains who joined us for this afternoon. Joachim de Jesus, EJ Obaña, Mireille Qua, and Alyssa Go. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and experiences. Again, good luck in your future competitions, and we hope to see you again soon here on Radyo Katipunan Sports. Thanks, guys. Ingat.
Thank you for having us.
All right. See you. And take care of the machines, Joachim. Take care of the machines.
We will. We have to pay if we don't.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Rundown, where we take you right into the action with the latest sports news, updates, game previews, breakdown, and analysis in, around, across, and beyond the Ateneo. And now, let's get ready to run down!